We live in stressful times and the lockdown has shaken most of us, quite frankly. But today, a study by a research project called The Children of the 90s has raised the alarm at just how much young people have been affected. Anxiety levels have doubled during the crisis. Our health correspondent, Matthew Hill, reports.
Up till recently, I sold craft beer on Gloucester Road. Ever since COVID, my social circle has just gone totally to nothing.
Jacob is finding life very challenging. He recently lost his job and has found a lack of interaction with other people during the lockdown very difficult.
I'm struggling to see how people are taking it seriously. There's some things, some behaviour that I've seen out in public, and I think to myself, I'm worried. I'm worried about how a second wave will impact us, really, and what our ease of lockdown will do.
Jacob is one of thousands of adults in the Children of the 90s study to share their experience of lockdown. They've been followed since their birth in the early 90s by the health study.
The researchers looked at around 3,000 27 to 29-year-olds and they found anxiety levels had doubled, so 24% now compared to 13% pre-pandemic.
We found that children were more likely to have higher levels of anxiety and depression compared to their parents.
Do you know why that is?
It could be a number of things, so financial problems or underlying mental health or physical conditions, but it's something that we're trying to follow up to get more answers in the second questionnaire now.
The study also found women with pre-existing mental and physical health problems were at higher risk of anxiety and depression during the pandemic. Women like Heidi, who's a new mum.
I'd had this group of mum friends where they could rationalise my thinking. So if I was overthinking something about my daughter or how I was doing things, I could ask for help. So once that was all taken away from me, I wasn't really sure how to do the things I was doing. I didn't have the help from my mum like I would, where she'd come round and she'd let me have sleep for an hour or so. I was just kind of left, me and my partner and my daughter were first-time parents trying to figure out what we're doing.
Another questionnaire has just been sent out by Children of the 90s, which may shed light on the effect the lockdown has had on its third generation. Matthew Hill, BBC Points West.
Anxiety is horrible, and if you're struggling, do talk to someone. The BBC Action Line has lots of numbers which can help, so have a look at that and take some advice.